So the first thing we see when we are coming up the road, there's a cabin site here, which is pretty dilapidated, but part of the history of the area all the same. So we're going to continue up the road to the main part of the mining camp, which is about 150 yards, 200 yards or so up the road here. So we'll see you when we get to the first structures. We're coming up on two of the structures that remain of Sheridan. First one here is off to our left. And then you can see the second just up on the right there, up the hill a little bit. So as far as the years and what these structures were, we're not exactly sure. We've done some homework, but there isn't any really good information to tell us exactly what they were. Maybe somebody knows something more than we do, that knows the history of the area, has dug into this a little more. But we'll take a look over here real quick. See, there was like a loft of sorts up there. A lot of trash in here. Looks like the cattle out here use this quite a bit. And then right up here, you can see with the shake roof, another cabin, and we'll walk over to that one. And this one is definitely starting to come down. There's both structures kind of in view there. So we're going to head up the road a bit and see what else we can find up here. And we will see you shortly up the road. So we walked a little bit further up the road from the town site, or the campsite, and we came across the remains of the mill, which will be just off to our right here. So it looks like it was maybe a small gravity mill. I think we have a photo of this when it was still standing, so we'll see if we can find that and we'll include it if we have it. But nothing too much remains, no equipment of course. It's pretty accessible up here, so anything of any value, scrap or otherwise, was probably taken out. We're going to continue up the road here and see what else we locate along the way, and we'll continue to update you and share as we go. So just up the road from the mill, there's the ruins of another structure related to the mine. Let's take a quick look here and see what's here. So based on what I'm seeing, I'm going to say this is the powerhouse. And I'll tell you why I think that. So over here, you see these mounts where there would have been motors or compressors or something here. And it looks like there's another one under all this rubble. And you can see the roofing material was like a shake roof, and then maybe they had some of this corrugated siding later. You can see the rebar here in the concrete, which is definitely some old rebar. And it looks like next to it, over here, there was another building of sorts that's completely collapsed. Really hard to make out anything to determine what it was. There's a lot of old cans on the ground here. And the foundation where equipment would have been mounted, like I said, a compressor or something similar. So we're going to continue up the road, and we'll see you as we continue up. So going up the main road, we came across what looks like an old mine to market road, and we spotted some waste dumps. So we're going to follow this and see where it takes us, hopefully to the top of the waste dumps. So coming up the old road, the first thing we saw was this waste dump that goes down a considerable distance. And then we have this flat area that the mine to market road came up to. And then back in here, in this cut, it looks like this would have been the likely location of a mine that has long since collapsed and been filled with various blowdowns. So nothing as far as to see here. So we're going to continue up the hillside, and we'll see you when we get up to the top. So we're making our way up this road, and we spotted off to our right a waste dump, which you can see right here, and it goes down the hillside, which this would be really hard to see from below, if not impossible to see from below, because we surely didn't spot it coming up. And then right behind the waste dump, through this little thicket of young trees, it's like a portal. Let's see if it's open. And there is a portal, a pretty tight squeeze at that. So we're going to assess this and see if it's something we can actually get into, and we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we rigged up a rope just to have some security to climb back out of this thing, and Forrest has made his way in, and now I'm going to see if I can slide down in there as well, and we'll hopefully see you inside.
So I just slid my way down.
All right, so we just slid down through this portal here. It's a tight squeeze, and here's the tunnel, and it looks like it goes a little ways back, and I believe there might be a collapse back there, but we're going to make our way back there, and we'll show you what we can find. Start into the what's left of this tunnel anyway. It's a little bit of water in here, but it's not too bad. Been a lot worse. The colors, though, you can see are just awesome. Lots of mineralization in the walls. So when you get back here, it looks like it's sealed up pretty good. So I don't think there's a whole lot we're going to be able to do about that. I guess we could bring some shovels back here someday. You can see these pegs up in the ceiling here. So this is the Sheridan Mine, for the namesake of the mining camp, and it probably dates to the either 1880s, late 1880s, 1890s. Probably had intermittent work done in the early part of the 20th century and into maybe the 20s and 30s. I'll do some double checking and put it below. But you can see it is a very colorful mine, as a lot of them over here are, with all this different mineralization. It's just really gorgeous as far as the colors. It's got some good acoustics too. So as we head to the back here of where the tunnel looks like it's going to end due to collapse. So it looks like it's pretty sealed up. we're not getting past that. There is some wooden pegs or dowels into the ceiling back here. Okay, and we're back to where we slid in. There's Forrest, partner in crime here. And there's where we're gonna have to get back out. So we'll see if we can get ourselves back up through the hole. And if you don't see this video ever, you know we didn't. So we'll see you on the outside. So we climbed to the top of this hill up on the ridge from where we were at the other mine, and we spotted the second waste dump over here that we believe it's a shaft, so we don't have a lot of high hopes about getting into it or anything. We're going to just see what it looks like. Have to give some credit to Derek Course, who was up here a couple months ago and did some kind of pre-exploring of this, and I think maybe he's going to come back and see if he can do a little more. So there's a free plug for you, Derek. So we're going to make our way down through here and see if we can get up there and what it looks like. And there's the waste dump right there. And we'll just kind of make our way up around it here. This is definitely a shaft. Ooh. Yeah, the thing goes down a ways. Definitely wouldn't trust this ladder here. Looks like there was a fence up around it at one time to protect it as far as cattle or anything getting too close to this, but it's all on the ground. And you can see the ladder. And then above the steel ladder there, the chain ladder, there's like an old wooden ladder. I don't think any of our lights are gonna do much good. It's pretty deep and there's no way they're gonna cut that probably. All right, so we're gonna poke around here for a minute and then we're gonna make our way back down.
That went down for a while.
So just in case anybody out there is saying, climb down it, this is where the metal chain ladder is anchored to this tree that is blown over. So I definitely would not trust it. Then here's that makeshift old wood ladder that I think even would have been a worse idea, even back when it was new. And there's the shaft right in front of us. So we came down just a little distance downhill from where the shaft was, and either there was a a cut here that they were working into, or I don't think it was another shaft. There's not enough, well, maybe there's enough material. It's really hard to tell. You can make out some of the waste pile, but if it was a shaft, it's pretty full, or it didn't go that deep. And then it looks like up here there was either an open cut right here, or there was another mine. But either way, both are pretty full of debris or completely collapsed. And you can see some of the material right here. So we've made our way back down the hill from the mines, and we're taking one last walk through the old town site of Sheridan. And this is a good time for us to say thank you for coming along on this adventure and following us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And please remember to subscribe to our channel. And until our next adventure, take care.